the basic habit is the proactive. Don't start studying just 15 days or when your exams are around the corner. Utilize your time throughout the year in learning. Not necessarily you have to be a bookworm and keep reading the books. Learning can happen through interactions, through communications, through observation, through attending lectures, attending seminars like this, and just watching people. So you need to be proactive. You should not allow this to come, situation to come, arise, and then act. In this, what is the underlying principle? Is individuals are responsible for their own choices and have the freedom to choose. Next slide will explain to you this better. And what are the key paradigms in this we are going to shift? I'm responsible for my own behavior and choices I make in my life. I can expand my personal freedom and influence to be proactive. You see the slide. See, that every person faces some situations in her life. That can be called as a response. How to, that's a stimuli. Somebody, your professor, shouting at you, arguing with you. And what's your response? Your response, somebody may respond by arguing back. Somebody may respond by apologizing. Somebody may respond by thinking what is wrong and why my teacher is upset. Why my professor is upset. Somebody may respond by, oh God, I'm insulted in front of my students, so I'll take revenge. So the response will be different of each one of us. And it will depend on, for the same stimuli, the response will depend on how self-aware I am. Is my imagination very, it can be extended, or conscious? What is my conscious? Professor, if she's upset with me, I might have done something wrong. Is my conscious? No, she's a very, learning lady. She normally doesn't lose her temper. My conscious is, I might have done really something wrong. So it's a conscious and independent will. Even though I know she's a good lady, she doesn't get upset, but it's my independent will to respond it that way, give her back. So your response to the stimuli depends on all these things. It includes the way genetically, what is your constitution, that is your gender, your upbringing, your qualification, and your thinking. Qualification means education. I think qualification is not the right word. Education would be the right word. So your response will depend on that. So same stimuli, if different people are subjected to the same stimuli, the response will be different. And we all need to accept this. And that's going to be proactiveness, understanding it is fitting this understanding in our mind would help us to be proactive. Habit 2, begin with the end in mind. Okay, I need to just get 50% marks for those are passing marks. I don't care. I don't want to be a topper. I don't want to be, doesn't make a difference. Nowadays, Or why should I learn other things? It's just I have to get a degree and I have to get a good corporate job. What's the end in your mind? To get 70% marks? To get high-paying job? Or to be a good citizen? Conscious and educated citizen? A socially awareness citizen? So, begin with end in mind. And not the half the ways, compromised ways that, okay, 50% marks and passing and this degree, I'm okay. I get a good bride if I'm like in a society, I'll be graduated from a so-and-so college and MBA degree, I'm going to get a good bride. Is that the aim? So what's the aim? Ultimate goal of doing all this decide that. So what's the underlying principle in this? That individuals are responsible for their own choices and have freedom to choose. One can choose to retaliate to the professor. One can choose to apologize to the professor. One can choose to take revenge against the professor. These are the responses. We can choose. So, we need to choose our responses, and hence we should be responsible for our own behavior. Because behavior constitutes stimuli and responses. Total together is a behavior. So, we are, second principle says indirectly that we are responsible for own behavior. Third, put first things first. My exams are on the corner, my friend's wedding is there, and you know, there's a good movie which has come, the Shah movie which has come there. Oh God, but I see the movie at night. I go for the wedding tomorrow, and last I study. Is it a priority? So prioritize the things. And very consciously prioritize. I need to go to my friend's wedding. So I will, study the market there. If I cover all this, I may go for it. Or I can drop, I'll go after my exams. So please prioritize and be conscious. You can't skip your friend's wedding. You can't skip your family member's wedding. You need to prioritize. But before that, I need to study. My exams are around the corner the next day. I need to study. So prioritize first study. Then, that is what the normal person will think. Or you also will think in the same way. But you won't be able to prioritize if you do not follow the proactive principle and you do not blame yourself for your own behavior. You say so many things. What can I do? I got less marks. What can I do? My friends were doing, and so many things were there. So priority, you need to decide and you need to act on it. Think in a win-win situation. As I said, I need to get good marks. That's a win-win situation for me, for my professor, for the family member. So I need to attend the friend's wedding. So win-win situation. I study, then attend the wedding. I postpone the movie. This creates a win-win situation. So, your ultimate aim should be win-win situation. Not a compromise. Don't do anything. Don't see movies. Get yourself locked in the room for 12 hours. Study, and then you say, oh, I cannot get a 75 this thing, but you get depressed, and your friend says, oh, you will come for my wedding, and so you need to create the win-win situation. First to understand, and then to understand. This see, this cartoon, this guy, everybody wants to talk. Me. But effectiveness principle is that first to understand others, and then expect to be understood. It's again can be a part of priority. Just try to understand, listen to others. People will listen to you also after that. 6. Synergize. Even though if you see certain negative aspect into the situation, into the circumstances, you need to synergize it and take it to the win-win situation. Underlying principle is this, that creative cooperation. Your professors or principal just cannot show you a stick, and you need to come to the classroom, and if you don't attend this, and we will pay you, and this and that. You need to get the creative cooperation. They need to motivate and inspire you people to come there to create a win-win situation, and it has to be creative and not by showing a stick. We create new alternatives, something that wasn't there before, and keep allies, value the differences, build on each other's strengths, and compensate for weaknesses. That's what we change. These traits we change when we observe this principle. And the last habit, sharpen the saw. Meaning, you all have undergone and you do and you observe all these 6 habits. But is it an end? You have to go through the full cycle again for each of the stimuli, each of the situations in your life. So you continuously need to sharpen your skills, sharpen your capability to understand others and to be effective. It's not the end, just getting those 6 habits and making one situation better. No, it's a continuous process which needs to sustain in your life. So for that, you need to constantly, because situation changes, people changes, the dynamics, social dynamics changes. So you need to sharpen your saw to fit those principles, habits to appropriate situations and prioritize them. It's a continuous circle. It's not the end. It starts with the first habit, it ends with the 7th habit. It's not the thing. It's a continuous circle. What we achieve. This is the message I would like to give all of you. That daily private victory leads to public victory. If you win daily, know that I won on that day, you have to remember the day of your victory. No, you have to win daily. And it's not you win, it's we win daily. Because I said in the habit, the growth of the habit is a win-win situation. So, if we overcome or if we take care of these 4 basic natures, that physical, mental, spiritual, or social or emotional, and we inculcate these habits in us, the personal victory is not far. The achieved personal effectiveness is not far. I think that's all what I wanted to share with you all. Whether after lunch you will listen to me or you just clap, over, coming to clapping. What's that thing?
Anita, I have a question on perception. You have been working for so many years. Can you tell a situation wherein perception has created a big, trouble in the organization, and there how in Indian context, if you see perception creates, a group of people continuously they think that only one person is saying this, that means all will be the right thing. So at that time, how can you?
I am the unions. I'm responsible for the union activities and all. And in the beginning of my year, I always had this perception: unions, they are very rowdy. You need to control them. Not that you need to manage them. You need to show them the all factory act sections. You need to say, this is your, the place. But I have to change my perception with the changing requirements of the organization, business, and the social strata outside. Like unions went down, their forces went down, and now on the platform I work with them is the mutual agreement. Initiative from both the sides. We act at the transparency, open communication. So previously it was controlling them. So I have to shift my paradigm, saying that they are more aware now. They will not get into the strikes, lockouts, and if they are not convinced with the management strategy or leadership or all, they will just withdraw. They will still earn that salary. That will be a cost to the business, and they will not cover it because they are protected by law. So I have to change, get them in the mainstream, be part of us, tell us what should we all do. And I think on that platform we are working with them. Our union